What?
I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist!
Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio?
I have done all I told you. Ho! What?
Yeah.
Bad voice acting in video games for this week, once again, is yet another bad voice acting megamix.
The SVR is not under my control any more than Romer's terrorists were.
Enough.
Hyper, would you like a crack at guessing what accent that was supposed to be?
That was an accent? That's not an accent. That just sounds like, I have a sore throat, sir. You have a lozenge I can borrow.
I don't know what the accent that was. It sounded like Dr. Light from the Mega Man games, you know, when you go, Dr. Wowie. It sounded like
No, it's not.
It sounds like a lady version of him. I just can't understand what she was exactly saying. You had to really... The FBI was not anymore under control than this and that. Enough. Something tells me that guy who was going, enough, which is about as good as his voice acting is going to get. Something tells me that bloke was probably, like, the voice acting director, who was kind of just, like, sitting behind in the studio.
Oh, he's directing things now.
Probably listening, thinking, oh god, this is awful, and just had to crank up his mic. Enough! Stop it! They're terrible! Stop!
Who is this brainless monkey? Watch me as I make French fries out of your face!
I will make French fries, and your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of berries!
He's obviously German because instead of saying watch, he's saying watch.
Oh yes, that's the dead giveaway.
Well, yeah, definitely a German accent because he says watch. Ha ha, yeah. Well, at least we could get some sort of idea what accent that was compared to that rubbish lady from before. But this one, I'm going to make French fries out of your face. I don't know, that sounds like an advert for a burger joint.
Or a standard burger commercial.
Well, I'm gonna make a kiddie meal out of your face, Hyper, served up with cola, with nuggets, and with French fries made out of your face. Fantastic deal right here at Burger Steve and his magic bum, or whatever, I don't know. As long as we're not getting copyright issues for stuff I'm just making up on the spot, that's the main thing. It would be awkward if we did get people writing in saying, how dare you advertise for Burger Pete and his magic bum? I love that restaurant.
Alright, if it exists, we're going to it.
Well, you got one more customer right there. I don't know, I don't think I could really apply this sort of dialogue. I'm going to make French fries out of your face. I don't think I could really apply that to another game out there, like, I don't know, the Metal Gear series, like Metal Gear Solid, saying, Snake, this is your worst enemy, it's Liquid Snake. Hello there, brother! Snake, I'm going to make French fries out of your face with my creation Metal Gear Rex. Snake, why are you laughing at me? Stop it, brother! Stop it! It's really annoying, you know, it's quite rude.
What's going on?
April Fools!
We don't have time for these fun and games.
Yeah, because these fun and games suck. That was rubbish.
That thing, ha 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 ha.
What? What's going on? What? It sounds like an overexcited dog. Like, what? What's going on? What? A stick? A postman? What? Tell me. It's a squirrel. And, yeah, those laughs were just so forced. That was from a game called Deep Fear, and we discussed this before. It's like a Resident Evil ripoff set under the sea. And I swear the protagonist, John... I don't know, I just call him John Default because he's really generic. He sounds a bit like Albert Wesker from Resident Evil. Wow, what a mansion! You know, that guy. Not to mention the kiddies and their really forced laughs. April Fools, ha 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 ha.
What a joke!
What a bunch of pranksters.
We spent months on that! No, that's sad.
Oh, John Default, he's really not cool with the kids, you know, he doesn't get that sort of sense of humour. These crusty old dudes, Hyper, they'll never learn.
Quirky.
What? Are you out of your damn mind?
Okay, you're not going to believe me when I say this, Hyper, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was from the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
That's not bad voice acting, that's good voice acting.
No, it wasn't. That was overacting.
Exactly. Good.
No, overacting is not good.
It was good voice acting.
Flip table. Can't flip it. Hyper, if it's overacting, then they are trying too hard, and therefore it comes across as forced. And that did sound forced.
Put yourself in a situation, you would react that way if, I don't know, Splatoon 2 came to the PC.
Yeah, I suppose so. But in any case, I want to hit a new octave. Besides Wes Johnson, the voice of the Imperials and, the Imperial Guards, and they sound like this, citizen. They talk like this, and if they're angry, they go, "You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence." They sound like angry when they like this. Whatever that means, my syntax is terrible. But for him to hit a new octave like, "What?" It sounds like he's 16 years old, constantly squeaking his way through all of his lines like, "Excuse me, sir." "Yes, citizen." "Could you go to the prom with me, Imperial Guard Senpai?" "What? Are you out of your damn mind?" Well, geez, what the heck happened to your voice, pal? Are you hit puberty yet, or what? Tell me, is it really good voice acting, Hyper?
Yes, I will stand by it.
Well, I'm going to speak on behalf of all the listeners out there. I'm sure they're all shaking their heads and saying, "No, that was rubbish. That was poo." And therefore, we're going to move on with the next sample. That was not good voice acting, Hyper. That was rubbish.
It was emotive.
No, it was too emotive. It was overacting. Are you going to listen to a game when... okay, pick me a game with a bit of drama.
Call of Duty, enter game here.
Okay, then, the Call of Duty game saying, John Default. Yes, I am John Default. I am American. Yes, John, we already know that. We've got a problem. What is it? It looks like evil bad guy Marikov Macaroni. He's just captured the plant that creates all of our oxygen. What? Are you out of your damn mind? John, what the heck's happened to your voice, pal? Ugh. I don't think it would fit in that sort of game. I'm pretty sure people would...
that, now I sound silly.
Yeah, precisely. Well, we got this Witch of Sealed by Naka writing in saying, "Don't speak for me. That voice acting sample was beautiful."
Yep, there we go, see?
You people are insane.
I am your commander. I'm going to explain some of the procedures of the Ghost Squad.
The Ghost Squad!
Thank you for the clarification, sir. You see, it's not the Ghost Squad, but the Ghost Squad. Yes, clarified. That guy sounded really ticked off. That's why I love that. That was from Ghost Squad, the rail shooter, all the way from Japan by Sega. And it has some bad voice acting, that game, as you can tell. I can just imagine someone standing in front with, gritted teeth, bloodshot eyes, staring right at everyone, going, "I am your commander. Yes, I'm going to tell you about the Ghost Squad." Sir, could you calm down a bit? I don't understand what's the problem. "I really need the toilet. I can't go, though. I need to do the briefing."
I like to think he's staring straight into the sun.
It's just got, completely burnt out eyes. Just like, "Sss, I am your commander. Ow! Ow!
Not so much for this!"
Sir, that's not me. I was joking. I am not the sun. I'm standing right next to you. Why didn't you tell me that before? I can't even tell you about the Ghost Squad now. I can't see. But of course, as we all know, folks, based on Hyperion's knowledge of voice acting, that was clearly good voice acting because he was overacting. So therefore, it must be good. Right, Hyper? Is that what you're going to say next? Yeah, come on. You got to say that. Come on. Say it.
You kind of... To use your listeners' words directly, don't put words in my mouth, Jake.
No, but you said it would have been good voice acting if it's overacting, as seen by the previous sample.
But then there's not doing the overacting correctly.
But yes, nevertheless, that was rubbish, and I don't want to see that in any other war games or bad guy shooting games, that's for sure.
We may be able to locate another energy emission from the radar room. When we find that meteor, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
You want to try and do that one again, mate? No, didn't think so.
Dr. Wowie.
Dr. Wowie. That was from Mega Man 8, the infamous PlayStation game, the infamous Mega Man game, with the really, really rubbish voice acting, especially from Dr. Light there, and pronouncing everything as Dr. Wowie.
Dr. Wowie? I'm not a terrorist. I'm Dr. Wowie.
Dr. Wowie. No, it's Dr. Wily. Wily. Right, that's what I'm saying, Mega Man, Dr. Wowie. Well, Wily! Why are you sounding like Elmer Fudd? Pretty mind-boggling how he's talking like that. He sounds like some sort of stereotypical Boston gangster. But worse. Dr. Wowie's been kind of messing up with the family, Mega Man. I want you to go there and put a horse's head in his beard. Yeah. That was atrocious, and I understand that, sure, the 90s had some bad dubs, but that was just... bad. That was really bad.
I heard something like that. It was from Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. It's darts. The Overcome World. I am Darts, and I will help you today.
Here comes Invincible Guy.
Oh yeah, it's that one. That
Invincible Guy.
Yes, it's that line from Evil Zone, the fighting game with the voice of Paul Eiding, better known as the Colonel from the Metal Gear series. Here comes Invincible Guy.
I like it. It's plain, it's simple, its name is in... The description is in the name.
Invincible Guy, though, that's rubbish. That's a terrible name for a fighter.
It's Invincible Guy.
What kind of fighting game would you want to play when you get someone called Invincible Guy? I mean, sure, it had some pretty balmy names like Gally Banish Gregman or Rain Down Reinrichs. Thinking, what kind of names are these? Not even people in Japan or just general Asian countries or African countries. No one would have names like that. Well, I really want to play as Invincible Guy. Right, Hyper? He's so much better than Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat or M. Bison from Street Fighter. I want to play as Invincible Guy. He's my main.
Or like substandard.
Yeah, go on, bring on the cast of Mortal Kombat or Skullgirls, great fighting games like that, but they can't chop anyone on Evil Zone. Yeah, there's some really rubbish names. I mean, some of them are giving bad names like this character who's a neutral person, or Gally Banish Gregman, the nice guy. Yeah, I really want to play as those characters, the nice guy or Invincible Guy. I want to play as a neutral person. Bad writing, bad voice acting. It don't work in the end. Alright, so, bad voice acting in the bag. Did I ever tell you, Hyper, about that time when I was playing Hitman, the latest 2016 version? Did I ever tell you about that time when everything went wrongs and I decided to go on a fighting spree with a can of spaghetti sauce? I was playing the level called Sapienza. It's a fictional town set in Portugal, Spain, something like that, and it's considered to be
one of them countries.
Yeah, one of those. It's considered to be one of the best levels in the Hitman series pretty much ever. It's one of the greatest up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I could have gone a bit better with one of the levels, or one of the attempts, because what I decided to do, right, I decided to go suit only, sniper rifle only.
Oh.
Yeah. Thing is, with this approach, suit only is when you go through a level with the starting outfit. So I put on just my normal Agent 47 suit and used no disguises whatsoever. I had to just sneak around people, knock them out, and try not to get caught. Sniper only, that's when you have to use a sniper rifle to take out each target. So in this case, I had to take out a millionaire. I had to take out an evil scientist, because they were going to, release a bioweapon. And then I had to just destroy the bioweapon inside of a secret lab.
Intricate.
Yeah, so that's quite a bit of a big hit list right there.
I get it. Hit. Anyway, continue.
That was a pun? Shut up. In any case, funny enough, what happened was I knocked out the rich guy when he wasn't looking, dragged him into a corner, into a room where no one saw me, pulled out the sniper rifle at point blank, shot him, dumped him into a box. I did the same to the scientist lady, and I thought, this is going surprisingly well. Okay, let's hope I can keep it up. I snuck down to the lab, kind of knocking out guards where I go, just grab a wrench or a tin of spaghetti sauce, throw that when they're not looking, bonk their heads, they fall down like a sack of bricks, they're KO'd, they're going down. So, I do that, I get to the lab, and this is where things get really difficult, because, naturally, I don't want to try and kill any guards or scientists, of course, even if they are bad guys. I just try and knock them out. But I kept getting spotted each time, and I tried to sneak into the lab, destroy the virus. Things just kept going down the pot, and I got really annoyed. I thought, right, forget it. All the guards were coming after me, so what I did was I grabbed a tin of spaghetti.
The weapon first, food next. Of course, what else would you use?
Yeah, what else would you use in a stealth action game like Hitman? So I just grabbed the can, walked around, and when the guards were all coming, I was waiting at the stairs, jump out, whooping, and come up to the scientist like, come here, nerd, and I was pretty much walking around with a tin of spaghetti in my hands as Hitman, as Agent 47, going, come on, you want some? Do you? Well, I'm not a silent assassin anymore, because I've got a tin of spaghetti sauce, and I'm mad. Just KOing, and they were like, in the secret lab, there were maybe 20 KO'd bodies, all knocked out, because I was just swinging a tin of expired food, smacking them in the face with it, thinking, yeah, this is what you get for ruining my silent assassin playthrough. So I walked into the lab, pulled out a pistol, I shot the virus case and pretty much destroyed it. Thought, yes, time to escape. Run away. I got a 1-star rating. Surprise. And then I
You missed the whole stealth part of the stealth action game.
Yes, well, I got the suit-only challenge complete, but I didn't get the sniper challenge complete. You know why?
You didn't kill anyone with a sniper rifle, maybe?
No, I did kill the first 2 targets, no, but I didn't destroy the virus with a sniper rifle. I used a pistol.
Now that is oddly specific.
Yes, so in the end, I didn't destroy everything with a sniper rifle or the intended targets, so I only got suit-only completed. And I thought I could just load back, but I thought, no, I've had enough.
No, that's it. Not touching the game again, and that's why I don't touch the game anymore.
It all went downhill from there, so I won't bother again. And that was an embarrassing little playthrough in Hitman, let me just say.
Next time when you get it, it's like, don't you forget it, you die from your spaghetti!
When's your Don Mio day? Right now, son! Yeah, I...
When would you like your spaghetti? Right now, sir.
I think Agent 47 of the Hitman series is the only person who could take a tin of spaghetti sauce and turn it into a deadly melee weapon. In Hitman, I actually bought some DLC recently, and it came with a few little bonus tidbits like bonus missions and outfits, and that included dressing up as Corky the Clown.
Corky?
It's a reference to the previous game, Hitman Blood Money. There's a level called A New Life when you're in like American suburbs and there's like a notorious gangster that needs whacking. And if you want to get into the house, what you could do is knock out the clown who's coming for a children's party. There are no children there yet. Knock out the clown, take his outfit, dump his body in the back of his van, and then walk in as a very unhappy looking clown.
Oh.
And it's a genuine disguise, and it actually worked. It actually worked in the game.
It worked.
Yeah, it's a pretty notorious outfit to use. And they brought it into Hitman, the 2016 version, which, again, it got a 2018 update, I think. And the clown outfit was included. So what I did was, I just did what was called an escalations contract. Now, in Hitman, escalations contract means you are given certain rules when you start at, let's say, level 1. For example, in my case, it was, you've got a bat called a new bat, and it's like covered in confetti and wrapping paper, and it's only usable when you're dressed up as a clown, because otherwise you'll get arrested. Anyway, what I gotta do, I gotta knock out a target. Not kill him, just knock him out with the bat when no one's looking. So I thought, okay, I did that. Level 2, let's make it tricky, let's add some more twists. Okay, you've got to knock out the target. Oh yeah, you've got to destroy 5 balloons.
Oh, balloons now.
Yeah, there are balloons decorated around the levels, and you're thinking, how do I destroy them? Well, shooting them. Hang on, clowns can't have guns in a party. This is set in a Paris party with all these supermodels and lots of snooty French people. So, you know, a lot of witnesses. You can't be waving around a silenced pistol saying, hello, I'm an assassin disguised as a clown. You can't be doing that, that's dumb. Anyway. Thing is, though, when I did that, it didn't turn out as well as I hoped.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Okay, it was going well so far. I knocked out the model as requested, knocked out the target with the bat. I shot maybe 2 or 3 balloons, but what I decided to do was try to sneak behind into territory I'm not supposed to go in, and then start shooting balloons. Now, remember...
So just shooting the balloons, just cause?
Yeah, just walking around in restricted areas, dressed up as a clown, even though you're an assassin in the Hitman series and you're shooting him with a silenced pistol, and then...
Can't see that going on.
Yeah, it didn't go well. I got spotted, as you imagine, and then run around aimlessly, trying to get the guards off my back, and thankfully it was a pretty big area and lots of crowds of people, so I could quickly slip in. And,
that's a lot of people.
There was a bit when I ran outside. I was trapped down the stairs. I thought, oh, okay, let's get out of it. Oh, no, the door's locked, and I don't have my lockpick. No! And they were like...
Not the lockpick?
I locked up. There were 15 guards there.
15?
There were 15 armed guards. They all knew where I was, and a few of them, you know, step by step, were kind of slowly walking down, going, alright, target's down there, he's dressed up as a clown, shoot to kill, guys. And, yeah, I had to find my way out. I'm surprised I survived. At least that bit. I quickly was like, oh, God's sakes.
Boys, looks like we're gonna have to run.
Run away, we got a crazy clown. Oh, so...
Not again.
It's time for the killing joke. I took out all the guards, and I thought, finally... let's get to the exit. I finally destroyed all balloons. So I went Humpty-Dumpty-Dum. Went through the front entrance like a ninny. Then again, I didn't have any other places to go. I went through the front entrance with all the crowds there. 3 guards who knew my disguise spotted me And I was like, oh, for God's sakes, run, run, run! And no, they took me down. They took down poor old 47 the clown.
Aw, you're so good at kids' parties. Wait a minute.
I got gunned down and just like...
Party.
You have failed the escalation contracts on Hitman. You suck.
You could do so much better. Yeah, but you didn't. So we're taking your contract. And your life. And your money.
Shut up. It was a sloppy end to that escalations contract. I could have been so much better. I could have been so much more of a happy clown. But no. It just goes to show Hitman, it's not afraid to show off its quirky side with his balmy outfits and disguises. I mean, just picture that for a moment. A very, very angry-looking assassin dressed up with a big puffy red wig, a red nose, stripy clothes, oversized shoes, and carrying around a pretty menacing baseball bat wrapped in confetti and...
That's the way it has to be. That's the way it has to be.
You're gonna think, okay, I better be getting paid big bucks for this, because I'm not even killing anyone, I'm just knocking out a guy with a bat and shooting balloons. I really hope I get paid for this kind of contract.
It's a scare job.
I bet you...
Even the butterflies are corrupted.
I bet you, Hyper, that there was no actual contract. I bet they just went, okay, 47. He's so gonna fall for this. Someone actually paid you to go around and knock a person out with a bat in a party and shoot balloons. And they're paying a lot of money. This guy's so gullible. Okay, let's put it on YouTube. Okay. And then just put on the footage on YouTube when they spotted, like, oh, 47, it was just a prank, bro.
No, it's just a prank.
It's just a prank, bro. Therefore, you can't criticize us. It's so bummy. You see, I just love Hitman and how unpredictable and how you just have to improvise when all things go down the potty, which in my case happens a lot. So that was all about Hitman and my shenanigans failing at the game, typically. Okay, strange game of the week this week, Rambo for the NES. It's based off Rambo First Blood Part 2, and it follows the movie pretty closely. You know when, have you actually seen the movies, Hyper?
Not end to end, actually, now that I think about it.
Rambo's in prison, and then some colonel dude walks in and says, hello there, Rambo, we need you to shoot some bad guys. Can you do that? If you do, we'll set you free. Simple enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, as far as stories go.
For the most part, yeah. The weird thing is about this game, for some bizarre reason, they give you straight off the bat, when you're talking to the general person, you can either say, yeah, I want to get out of here, I'll do the mission, or you can say, nah, I feel safer in prison.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, alright. You know, like, double endings thing like in Far Cry, okay.
But that's not a Rambo sort of thing to do anyway. What kind of stupid idea is that in a Rambo game of all things? He's supposed to be a big buffed up dude ready to gun down any old bad guys in his way. But you have the option to say, nah, I'll just stay here, mate. And the colonel will say, the game doesn't start until you say, yes, I want to start the game. What was the point then? You could just quite literally spam, nah, I'll just stay here. You're going to have to say yes if you want to start the game. Nah, I'll just stay here. You're going to have to say yes if you want to start the game. Nah, I'll just stay here. You're going to... But then again, maybe it was trying to tell you something. Maybe it was trying to tell you that this game sucks and you have the chance to not play it at all.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of something similar that I ran into. In a different game. You may have heard of it.
Tell me.
Persona 5.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, there is. So right at the start of the game, before anything happens, before you even meet the main character, it comes up with a screen that says, this game is a work of fiction, blah blah blah, all the legal jargon. And then it goes, do you accept this? And if you click no, the deep voice goes, I see. Well then, unfortunately I cannot allow you to participate in this game. Farewell. Then it kicks you out of the game, back to the main menu.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't let you play the game until you accept the thing that says it's not real.
Brilliant.
And I thought that was hilarious.
Thing is, I think with games like Persona 5, it does have that very Japanese sense of humor, you know, quirky and balmy, likes to mix up all their themes. With Rambo for the NES, I think it was just kind of shoved in there as without a second thought, just like thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be a great idea. We're going to introduce change. We're going to introduce the player's ability to kind of craft their own future in the game. You're not. You're just saying, no, I don't want to start the game yet. Well, you have plenty of time
You're
to
just saying
start
if you
it.
choose no, that's the wrong answer. That's not a choice. You're telling us we picked the wrong one.
I think you pressed the wrong button, young man. Thinking, are you sure you don't want to start? We'll give you cookies. But as Lee Jackson aptly said, don't start the game! But it's too late, no, we must start the game, we must see what's going on. So, you got to explore the base first off. It's a side-scroller running around as, well, Rambo is represented as a pixelated man in spandex red trousers.
Oh, yes.
Really sounds
great way to introduce him.
Tough guy. Then you hop into a helicopter, get dropped off in the jungle. You start fighting snakes, bugs, giant spiders, and other small critters just with a knife. Yeah, just slashing them with a knife. You're just going to have to stab some nasty creatures and critters and a giant spider, blow that up with grenades.
Okay.
I don't remember that in the movie. Then again, I never watched the movie, but I don't remember anyone telling me you got to fight the final incarnation of it. Maybe I've been missing out. Maybe I didn't get the director's cut. Maybe I got a Chinese bootleg rip-off equivalent. I don't know.
You just didn't get the good version.
Pretty
you
much.
didn't get the good ending.
This is canon. This is canon. What's weird is that on the box art, Rambo has an M16 and he's firing it from the hip. So why don't you have one straight away in the start of the game, any sort of gun?
You've got to earn it.
Why are you trying to slash down nasty bugs and punch gorillas in the face?
Because in the end, nature is the biggest enemy.
Rambo, you're not going to go to heaven this way. You're going to have a really awful time in the Garden of Eden because you're going to be walking around slashing everything with a freaking knife. Rambo, you numpty. You know, there are some pretty quirky moments when you're talking to people, right? When you can speak to people, enter dialogue conversations, and, for example, when Rambo meets some lady, you're given an option. You can say, okay, what do you know about this base over here? And she'll tell you. And then you can also ask if you wanted, what do you think of me? Yeah,
so it becomes a dating sim.
Pretty much, yeah. Rambo NES is part dating sim. Maybe it's like Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, but better.
Hey, Monica, what do you think of me? I'm Rambo. I'm John Rambo. What do you think of me?
And
what do you think of my red spandex?
What do you think of my poem? I called it, I shot bad guys, but I didn't because I had a knife, so I cut some snakes up.
Oh, well, thanks, Rambo. It's really original.
Yay!
The thing is, in Rambo for the NES, if you talk to the lady and say, what do you think of me? She says, well, I think you're quite a nice guy. And for some reason, Rambo's mugshot, his little photo, he pulls this balmy face like, what? Like, Rambo, you go crazy? You lost your mind just because a girl spoke to you and said you're a nice guy? The nice guy. Clearly something's wrong with poor old Rambo's noggin, but I can't really quite put my finger on it. He also says other silly bits of dialogue like, what is real liberty? Please think about it. Are you attempting to be philosophical, talking about quote-unquote real liberty? In a Rambo game?
Unless you take out the man responsible.
Well, talking about liberty, let's be philosophical in a game all about shooting bad guys. Oh no, there's no shooting bad guys in this game. It's in the movie. We had to slash gorillas with a knife and attack snakes and spiders with a knife.
He's shirtless for some reason.
And I've got no shirt because I'm an idiot.
It's like
have you ever heard of sunburn? It hurts.
I think, Hyper, this game is trying to be anything and everything. It's trying to be a dating sim. It's trying to add RPG elements with discussion points saying like different bits of dialogue. It's trying to add philosophical discussions like the Metal Gear series. It's trying to do everything, and it's failing badly. But then again, it's a bit of a precursor to all these things, isn't it?
Maybe it's a missing masterpiece.
A hidden gem.
Hidden gem amongst the rough. A diamond.
I never thought of it that way. I tell you what, what's really balmy is, well, if you're exploring in Rambo for the NES, if you walk right, just to the right through the forest, the map loops. So you're going to be pretty much walking over and over and it will never end. Not like Super Mario Brothers when you got the start and you got the end all the way to the right. It's pretty linear. But with...
walk one direction, you'll get there.
Basically, you're walking in a complete circle without the game telling you. How do you enter new areas, you ask? You go to the left, you go backwards.
You play left to... You go right to left?
That makes no sense.
That's literally backwards.
What if I started walking around this entire building complex, right? And I think, okay, I've been walking around it 6 times, I'm not getting any further. I'll turn around and walk in the opposite direction and, hey, I'm in China! Yeah, that was my excuse to yell China once again in Donald Trump's voice. Shoot me. Alright then,
We all just love the way he says China. It's China!
It just doesn't make sense. This game is just a mishmash of the most ridiculous ideas possible, Hyper. It just doesn't make sense. Rambo for the NES is a mishmash of incomplete ideas and nonsensical inclusions that weren't even in the movie anyway.
Why would they include it in the movie? That would only make sense.
What? Talking about, what is real liberty? I was fighting a giant spider. I was going, "Bleh?" with goofy expressions at chicks who liked me. It should have been in the movie. Damn it, they made the wrong movie. They should have based it off the game. The game shouldn't have been based off the movie.
The game should have been the movie, and the movie should have been the game.
Precisely. Hyper, you did it. That's the strange game of the week in the bag, Rambo for the NES. What a pile of garbage that was.
I don't know, maybe Gal Gun 2. Like I said last week, I didn't get Gal Gun 1, so I could give this one a shot.
What is it with you and Gal Gun 2, Hyper? I mean, playing a game where you go around as some sort of generic anime otaku dweeb, going around a high school with Cupid's guns, girls who are attacking you with their love, and you've got to stun them with Cupid's love guns. Romance dating game turned rail shooter, but with love guns around school, and it's all anime weeby, kind of Japanese sense of humor style. What is it with you in these games, Hyper? I really don't know.
I don't know. I want to have a go. I didn't get to play 1. I feel like I'm missing out. Don't know why. I just feel like I'm missing out.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I said last week, what if your parents find out?
Nothing can be changed.
I don't know, Hyper. I don't know. Your parents are going to be walking one day saying, "Let's check out what our wonderful son Hyperion is doing." Is that what he's called, dear? No, that's what Jake calls him, so we'll call him that. Anyway, oh my. Son, why is it that you're playing a video game where you're shooting young girls with love guns from Cupid, and why are they going, "Eee,
It's only weird if you think about it too hard, Jake.
Son, we need to have this talk. This is very strange, I know, but I brought a friend. I think he can help out. Hello there. Hyperion, is it? Just take a seat right there. Hi. I'm Chris Hansen.
Oh, gee. You help, Chris?
I'm Chris Hansen, and that's an interesting game you got there. Can I play 2-player with you? I'm a big gamer. I love rail shooters. I'm a big fan of Time Crisis. Yeah, wow, this is awesome. Yeah, thank you, Hyper. Also, yeah, don't move, just take a seat right there. I'm Chris Hansen. but being serious, though.
He's gonna go around saying, "I am Chris Hansen." Yes, I'm Chris Hansen. Yes, you may know me from such movies as Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen vs. Godzilla, and Chris Hansen saves the world from the mighty space worm. I love that
and
movie.
Mighty Ducks.
Man, that was a great movie. It reminds me of the time when we had Halo 2 on the Xbox. That was a long time ago, and, it reminds me of a rather interesting thing that happened on the final boss of Halo 2. Hyperion, would you like to hear about it?
Tell me more.
Halo 2, we got to the last level, and we decided, okay, let's play it on Legendary 2-player. Me and my brother, and we thought, yeah, we're gonna beat this. We're gonna start to...
You and me against the world.
It certainly felt like it. It was difficult as all hell. Trying to blast through all the aliens. And then you finally make it to the big old boss. And he's like, "Yo, my name is Tartarus. I'm a big, gorilla alien. And I've got my other brown gorilla aliens with, some of them have orange sideburns. we nicknamed them Hairy Harrys. Don't ask why. So yeah, we called the brutes Hairy Harrys, and the big old bad guy called Tartarus. He was like an old grey brute, as he was called. We called him Bongo, and we also called him, since he was called Tartarus, we also called him Fartarus. Fartarus. Okay, still... I'm so immature, aren't I? In any case, so what's basically going on is, in Halo 2, half of the story is based on the Arbiter, who's like a Covenant elite, one of the top dogs. Then he got demoted for not killing the Master Chief. Then he went on a suicide mission without knowing, and they were like, oh, we're gonna activate Halo. What? But you'll destroy the universe. No, it's obviously a religious sort of thing. We're gonna please the gods. No, you're gonna blow up the universe. You know what, Arbiter, you know what? Go to hell. Go to hell. Alright, everyone, let's go activate Halo. The Arbiter has been teleported away, and now we can take over. Let's activate Halo. It's not a super weapon, because that would be dumb. It's only just a religious movement. No, it is a super weapon. So, eventually, Arbiter finds Tartarus, and he's like, I'm going to activate it. You can't stop me. And then you gotta stop him.
And then they turn around and say, oh, so this is what it feels like to be wrong all the time.
Well, just moments before complete and utter universal obliteration, like, Arbiter, yeah, sorry about that, mate. And everyone's dead. No, that doesn't happen. It would be a fun alternate ending, but no, that doesn't happen. What actually happens is a boss battle. Problem is, though, the game kind of knackered up, because, well, we had to fight Tartarus quite a few times simply because we kept dying. And there's this little final battle where Tartarus has got, like, 6 brutes with him, like, he goes, I've got a big gravity hammer. And if you get hit by that kind of flings you at far distances and does major damage. And he starts to jump on these, like, floating platforms around the final boss area. These platforms that are rotating around, and he starts, like, slamming his hammer like a child having a tantrum. And he starts jumping these great distances, and he starts slamming the hammer again. You gotta take him on, preferably not up close, you will die. And all of his brute lackeys are kind of helping out. So, I remember one time, right, we thought, okay, we've died like God knows how many times, Morgan. We're gonna beat him this time. We gotta kill all of his dudes, all of his brutes, before they can help out, because they seem to be a big problem here. So, we do that final boss battle again. It starts. My brother throws a grenade right in the center, blows up all of the brutes nearby, all 6 of them. I have no idea how, but I thought, wow, good throw. And that means Tartarus is just there like, hope, time to jump in the final boss battle bits where we fight, the final arena with all the floating platforms. And he starts flopping around, slamming his hammer. He jumps, tries to make for one of the floating platforms, misses, falls to his death, and the game ends. We won.
Oh, well, yeah. That was easy.
That wasn't supposed to happen. We were supposed to gun him down in cold blood, but we couldn't stop this nasty alien dude. He just kind of made a big jump, he miscalculated and just plummeted down into the abyss below.
He never was good at maths, was he?
Yeah, unless he maybe like slipped in a banana peel just to get like a boing kind of sound effect. Wop wop. Tartarus on Halo 2, the final boss battle. Yeah, we thought, okay, this is a little bit disappointing, considering this is the top difficulty, and the boss basically thought, I'm gonna kill all of you. Oh, you killed all my mates. I don't want to do this anymore. No, Tartarus, please, we'll fight you. Let's do a proper boss battle. No, it doesn't matter, Arbiter. You don't understand me.
Play anymore.
It's not fun. Yeah. Oh, well, that was depressing. Well, the main thing is, the boss battle is over, and we killed the big bad guy. Hooray! Maybe Tartarus did mean to put on a proper big old boss battle, but failed really, really badly, just, I'm gonna defeat you, Arbiter! Oh, I'm so bad at this! And fell to his death.
Point remains, this man is dead, Jake.
It's not even a man, it's a big gorilla alien thing.
The thing is dead, Jake.
It's dead, and thank God. So yeah, poor old Tartarus died. We thought, well, this is the
He
most...
lived like 2 seconds, but it was a good 2 seconds. Well, for as long as I knew him.
It was a pretty disappointing way to round off things, but then again, we thought, look, we just beat it in Legendary. Let's take it. Let's just let's just leave it at that. How about that? Because otherwise, we're gonna have to play the whole thing again just to die 10 times over and eventually defeat him, and we'd rather not do that. It was all teamwork. We just jumped at Tartarus, scared him, and then he fell off like, hey, Tartarus, I'm over here! What? That wasn't supposed to happen, but we'll take it. Alright, so that was all about Halo 2, and the legendary final boss battle didn't really go as planned.
No, it wasn't very good.
What? I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist!
Calm down!
Impossible!
Just Take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio?
I have done all I told you. Ho! What?
Yeah.
Bad voice acting in video games for this week is for Resident Evil Survivor.
You are a murderer. A murderer. A murderer? What are you talking about? Answer me.
Because that's the average reaction you'd get when someone calls you a murderer.
But no, I do like how the word murderer was said 3 times, and it's just like, you were a murderer. Murderer. Murderer?
I suspect that he's calling me a murderer. That's right, you're a murderer. 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 Why is he calling me a murderer?
What's going on with that murderer?
It's just an unnecessary amount of emphasis on murderer. I get that he might be a murderer, but yeah.
He does the killing, does he?
I don't know why he talks like this when he's being called a murderer. Do you know why?
He's very surprised at being a murderer.
Wow.
What's going on with that murderer?
I sound really happy about it. I don't know, it sounds a little bit creepy, like some sort of character from Barney's Playhouse or some sort of kiddie show like that. Like, hi kids, I'm being called a murderer. Wow.
And you leave Barney out of this. He didn't do anything wrong.
Hey, Chance, I'm a murderer.
By chance, did you happen to see that I'm a murderer?
Yeah, it does kind of remind me a little bit of Siphon Filter 2's bad voice acting with Gabe Logan going, Chance. But no, let's stick with Resident Evil Survivor. That's what the bad voice acting samples are all about.
I won't allow you to escape. You're going to pay for what you've done.
That was the bad guy. Well, as you can tell, he was evil by his use of pauses, but poorly timed, though. Ha 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 ha. Well, that was
I had a brief pause. I am the main bad guy.
What a demeaning, what a creepy kind of guy that was, Hyper. I don't want to mess with that bloke. You never know what might happen. Especially if he's talking like this. He doesn't sound like a very good bad guy. It sounds like your typical nerdy dweeb that you find in the local library. Not big bad guy who's pressing buttons on a PC and he's gonna unleash evil or anything like that. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe the true bad guys in society are the dweeby nerds. Hi, Bill. What do you think?
He has the power of God and anime on his side.
And
have you seen that one? That is also a reference, Jake. I expected more from you.
Obscure references, because they work so well on the radio. It doesn't stop us. In any case,
It doesn't stop us, no.
It's
steamed hams.
Steamed hams, but that's not obscure. But what if I served fast food and disguised it as zombies from Resident Evil? Yandere Sana wrote and said, sounds so pretentious, but Dr. Scarlet Catherine wrote and said, sounds so pure. I'm gonna go with Sana with this one. And Lee Jackson said, Jake, I'm scared. So scary and creepy, Scooby.
Like, Zoinks, man, what's the plan?
Zoinks, Scooby! He's not gonna let us get away with this. Holy poo, Shaggy. Now that they mention it, it does sound a little bit like a reject character from Scooby-Doo. Not a very good one, as you imagine.
Remember your mission. We're doing a clean sweep of the area.
They're doing a green sweep.
Remember your mission. We're doing a clean sweep of the area.
Thanks, Bane. Bane's helping out with the bad guys and spreading zombies around Raccoon City. Fantastic.
As you can tell by this voice acting, I mean acting.
Yeah, I'm just going to let you wallow in that just a little bit, Jake. You've earned the silence.
Hyper. Just wait here for a moment. Cover your ears. Shout out to everyone. There is a new space as my wonderful co-host in the Cyberden. Hyper is suddenly going to have an accident in the shower and thus be unable to present forever. Please send in your resumes. Moving swiftly on. Hyper, I don't think this guy's really suitable for the job. I mean, I get that he's supposed to be a bad guy, but do they really have to give him a gas max? It sounds like he's choking on his own sweaty socks.
Well, maybe he has a speech impediment.
Maybe. Well, by shoving a
but,
gas mask.
Maybe being a bad guy has this thing, you have to have a bit.
You can't be high and mighty if you're a bad guy. You've got to have something that kind of messes up your voice, like a gas mask.
Because otherwise, you know, it doesn't make you sound as scary.
What, Steve?
What?
What? Steve, take those socks out of your mouth!
They're so delicious!
Oh man, there were some great socks. It tasted like sweaty cheese. Sorry, remember your mission. We're gonna do a clean sweep of the area. Okay, thanks, Steve, thank you. Now, of course, that didn't happen. That wouldn't have happened. No, they just had to give him a gas mask on his gob and just mess up the audio quality. Let's play more of those rubbish samples.
I may have been a bad person, but that was before. That's not who I am now.
You can totally trust a person like that, who talks like that, right, Hyper?
Of course, never judge a book by its cover, Jake.
Yeah, so what if I talk like this, and I smile all the time with big wide eyes? And so what if there are literal skeletons in my closet with rusty meat hooks and sickles covered in stained blood, and also... I'm rambling again, but you can trust me, friend? Friend. No, I really think that if you meet a bloke and he's talking like this, saying, that's not who I used to be, I'm trustworthy now. Pal, talk normally, please. You're going to scare the children. It's really weird. I really don't understand how they got away with giving a protagonist a voice like that. I mean, he's supposed to be some sort of generic John Default American kind of character. So why not just give him a John Default American generic voice? You know, just, hi, my name's John Default and I'm the protagonist of this Resident Evil game. Did I mention I'm American? There's nothing much to my character except I'm American. But no, they had to go a step further. I mean, this was the 90s. Of course, Resident Evil had some pretty rubbish voice acting in some of the games back in the day. Resident Evil Survivor is no exception. There's probably going to be that one bloke who talks like that, you know, at the local shops, maybe in Australia. You ever get one of those kind of blokes, Hyper?
Whenever there's a creepy bloke talking, it's like, yeah, g'day, how you going, mate, eh? Not real, like, you know, crusty Australian, like, oh, yeah, nah, it's more like, oh, yeah, nah, mate, I can give you a hand, eh? You got 20 cents? I need to buy myself a Macca's ice cream cone.
Hello there, Hyper. Give me a kiss. No, Steve.
Yeah, there you go. Now you got it. Now please leave.
Oh, but Susan, please don't talk like that to Hyper. But I love his radio stuff. Susan, please leave. Lee Jackson's writing in, says, Knifey Spoony. Have you played that game before, Hyper?
Oh, I'm world champion at Knifey Spoony.
You can trust me. I was like that. Here, let's have a game of Knifey Spoony. This is a knife. That's not a knife. That's a spoon. All right. Maybe you can trust me. After all, you kids have played Knifey Spoony before. I love Simpsons quotes. All right.
I see you're a connoisseur of Knifey Spoony too.
Let's play more samples.
I came here to investigate. Oh, yes. I remember everything.
Well, is that convenient? You remembered it all. Congratulations, Kitty. You solved the case.
His voice is so unfitting for this. This is supposed to be him going around with amnesia. That's original. And there are zombies around trying to kill everyone. But he's going around like, oh, yes. Wow. I remember everything. Oh, boy.
I did it. Wow.
Wow. It sounds like a twisted version of Blue's Clues. Wow, we did it. Or maybe Dora the Explorer.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
Oh, yes. Just the way he says it. Just the way he's supposed to be like a big eureka moment, and he goes, wait, I'm not a murderer. I'm some other bloke. Oh, thank God. I'm so happy. I'm so relieved.
It's wow.
Wow. Chris and Rika dropping off inappropriate comments I can't read on the airwaves.
Krishna, cut it out.
Yeah, he sounds like he did something to himself.
Krishna, I don't want to talk to you later.
Please don't.
Be good.
But, those eureka moments you have, Hyper, you know, where you think, finally, I figured out the big old problem with this thing. And you go, wow, I remember everything. Okay, let me play the sample again.
I came here to investigate. Oh, yes. I remember everything.
Yes.
Oh, yes. It kind of does sound like, as Krishnarika suggests, Owen Wilson, but even more amazed.
Wow, yes, that is absolutely correct. Wow. I can't believe I didn't pick up on that. I feel like I've just let myself and everyone down.
It's a Blue Clues. We found Blue's Clues. Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason I sound like Owen Wilson when I say wow is because he is one of my favorite memes out there. Just wow, 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 wow.
There it is.
You haven't lived until you've seen the 3-minute, no, it's like a 5-minute supercut of every wow he's said in a movie, and then there's a part 2.
Oh my god, there's a part 2.
Followed by...
Now stay back, don't come any closer!
I know you think that I'm a murderer, but you're wrong. I would never do anything like that.
Alright, we'll just take your word for it. Done and dusted.
Well, that's a relief. Thank you, good sir. Any time. After all, it's not nice to call a person a murderer. Wow, this guy's really persuasive. Oh, maybe not, because... Okay, I kid you not. You know the person who was like, stay back, don't come any closer. Okay, 2 things.
Yes, you're a murderer.
It's 2 things. Number 1, no, that was not Krillin from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, but he does sound like it. Number 2, that was, a 9-year-old boy?
Oh, I thought that was like a 60-year-old woman.
It does sound like a sassy 60-year-old lady, like, I don't know, Krillin mixed up with Oprah or something like that, saying, you're getting nothing, no, you're getting nothing, you're getting nothing, nothing for everyone, woo, yay, whoa, yeah, you go, girl, okay, oh, my brother testify. But no, it's nothing like that. Just a very inappropriate...
That's the best you can come up with.
Just a really inappropriate voice for a young boy. It doesn't sound like a young boy. It sounds like a woman impersonating a guy, I think. A lady impersonating a dweeby bloke who is impersonating a little boy. I would never do that. Never.
Boy.
Why are you laughing? I don't know. I do that sometimes, but I'm no murderer. You can trust me. It would be a killer thing to do. Sorry, I'm doing it again. It makes me sound like that I'm anything but a good guy. That happens a lot.
This is me. I am Vincent. It was all my fault.
No. Darn. It was all my fault. Oh no. Pooh. I don't...
Is this the same guy that just said it wasn't his fault and now it is his fault?
Yeah, basically this final sample was from earlier in the game when he thinks he's a murderer. So, context, there you are. But, oh no, I'm a murderer. Pal.
Not again.
You're really not selling it. I'm gonna talk like this, with a lisp. That makes me really, really sad. Close enough. Forget it. Let's just record this and get out of here. I want to go home already.
I'm tired.
I'm bored. Let's just record that and go home. Yeah, good
Steven,
enough.
I can give you 2 cups of coffee. We can do it real quick and leave.
Oh, great. Oh, no. I'm a murderer. Ooh. Arg. I am the sad boo-hee. I mean, boo-hoo.
Sadness is all I feel in my soul. Whatever's left of it.
Crawling in my skin. These
words, they feel like skin.
I'm not a murderer. Okay, enough of this. Enough. So that was bad voice acting in video games, Resident Evil Survivor. On behalf of Gendo writing in, one of our wonderful fans, do you think we should read out this small little steamed hams parody skit?
Okay. Alright, I'm happy to do this.
Okay, do the ding-dong first.
Ding ding. Well, Jake, I made it, despite my connection.
Ah, Hyperion, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable cyberden.
Yes. Yes, good job, Gendo. Good job. You get a cookie for that one.
Oh, ye gods! My content's ruined. Do.
I were to steal from others' radio shows and disguise it as my own content. Oh, I don't do that, Seymour.
Stop stealing my lines. Oh. Delightfully devilish, Jake the Voice.
Right on.
So worth it.
What?
I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wally.
I'm not a terrorist! Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio? I have done all I told you, Ho. What?
Yeah, it's back to the bad voice acting megamixes where we get a compilation of bad voice acting from various video games. Let's check them out, shall we?
Landau Reinrichs. He's from England. Male, a bad guy.
A bad guy.
He's a bad, bad man.
That was Paul Eiding from Evil Zone, and yes, he's the voice of the Colonel from the Metal Gear series, but as I've said many times before, it's not his finest hour voicing in this game, Evil Zone, this old Japanese fighting game, Evil Zone. And of course, he's also the narrator, and he talks about characters like Lane Dunn Reinrichs, or Rain Dunn Reinrichs. Wow, that sounds like a very British name to me, right, Hyper?
Raid Ron Reinrichs.
Lane Dunn Reinrichs, or Rain Dunn Reinrichs? Yes, that's a...
Raid round Reinrichs in the railroad raft.
That sounds like a very British name to me, most definitely. Hello there, sir. Oh, hi there, who are you? My name is Yuri Okinawa, yes, sir. I am a Brit. Right, tell us more.
You need to know.
Tell us more about some of these British things. Oh, yes, well, as you know, I, Yuri Okinawa, am British, and we Brits love to drink ramen. I mean tea. And we love...
Ramen.
Yes, we love to eat sushi. Scones. Yes, sorry, that was a slip of the tongue. It's that old American humor. I thought you said you were British. Yes.
No further questions.
I feel uncomfortable now. I shall not talk any further. Maybe you could just probably replace some of the writing tidbits. I mean, being told, oh, he's male from England, a bad guy.
He's a bad, bad man.
One way to put it, you could just say, he is the evil of the land, or he robbed a person of a sacred artifact for his own nefarious deeds. Ooh. Some ambient noises like that, but no. He's a bad guy. M. Bison. He's from a country, probably Japan. A bad guy. Shang Tsung. He goes around stealing people's souls. As you can imagine, he's a bad guy. Also, Shang Tsung, he's from England.
He's a bad guy.
I don't think they're fooling anyone with these names.
I'm wearing full body armor, Gabe. You can't hurt me.
Cheers.
Let's dance!
Yay.
Let's dance!
Oh boy, Siphon Filter 2 bad voice acting. Yay! Great game, great series, and I gotta replay it again. But like I say, the second game had some pretty pooey voice acting, as seen there. In the Siphon Filter 2, you meet with your buddy called Chance. That's the buddy of Gabe Logan, who's the series protagonist. So Gabe discovers that his buddy Chance, it turns out to be a bad guy. My God. And
oh no.
They have a bit of a confrontation, like, I'm wearing foolproof body armor, Gabe, you can't hurt me. And Chance, I don't know, it still seems like he's still cheery, maybe not as cheery as, when you first see him in the game, like, Chance.
Chance, it's good to see you, Chance.
No, Gabe, I'm a bad guy. That means you shouldn't be cheery. Chance. No, Gabe, you should not be happy. I'm gonna kill you. I'm wearing foolproof body armor. Oh, Chance, it's just great to see you again. Let's dance! I think that delivery could have been worked on a bit more.
You think?
Gut feeling, maybe. Just a slight gut feeling. Let's dance! Oh, right, I get to dance. With Chance. No, Gabe, when I say let's dance, we don't mean dance. He sounds like he's talking to a group of 6-year-olds. This isn't some sort of great confrontation showdown with the good guy versus bad guy. It sounds like he's just doing yet another episode of Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues? Oh, that was the best show.
That was the greatest show ever. Oh boy, we gotta find Blue. He has a clue about my best buddy in the whole wide world, Chance.
Chance.
I gotta make like a remix of Gabe Logan saying Chance or something like that, some sort of mashup video. I really think it should be used more often than that.
Take a chance on me.
I can only die once. I'm happy that you've killed me.
That sounded a little bit like I made Hickory, but I don't know.
It does sound like our wonderful voice acting friend Hikari VA, but then again, if you listen carefully, it sounded like it was a slight pitch lift.
Yeah, not quite, but you're getting in the region.
That was also from Evil Zone again.
Oh, again?
Quick as a Flash Son has written in and beat me to it. But yeah, it's true. That was actually from Evil Zone. That was indeed one of the fighters. In fact, Gendo's writing in saying that that was probably Terra, my girlfriend, doing doing her lolly voice.
I can only die once.
I died once, but I'm glad I got killed by you.
Okay, mate.
I just love how she just went, I can only die once. What kind of oh god, I've been defeated line of dialogue is that? I've been defeated. Just not I didn't want to lose, sorry. You got the best of me, pal. But this time you won't be so lucky. Oh, my arm, just
I'm dead. I have been struck by lightning.
I am the dead.
I can just imagine poking someone in the face and then just going, Besides, that voice is far too cutesy to being a fighting game anyway. I can just imagine me in that Evil Zone game, just standing around going, all right, time for my next opponent. Who's it gonna be? And
Take that, I will defeat you.
I think, oh, how adorable, look at the little lolly. Oh, look so cute. Let me play the sample again.
I can only die once. I'm happy that you've killed me.
Oh, look how adorable. I can just imagine, picking up this character with, my bare fingers, and maybe she's, 1 foot tall, and she's swinging her little fist, I'm not cute, Bucka. Thing. Oh, that's just so adorable. Okay, sweetheart, I'll put you right here. I'll put you in... I'll put you in the little play cage right here. We'll wait for your parents to come by. But for now, though, I've got to find my opponent. Where's my opponent? Come on. Bring him on. I'm ready. Right about now. Anytime now.
I'm supposed to be your opponent.
Oh, you just keep it down there, sweetheart. You stay there. I gotta wait for my opponent. Who's it gonna be? Yeah. Still waiting.
I am your opponent.
Okay, that's very cute of you, but you're not fooling me. No. Fighters in fighting games do not sound like that. They don't sound cute. They've gotta sound tough. Who's it gonna be? Man or woman? I don't care. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna be standing on the spot for 20 minutes thinking, maybe they're late. Oh well.
No! It can't be!
No, it can't be. Ooh, arg, blarg.
It's all over for me, Scoob.
Oh, Raggy, we gotta go over there and voice act.
Like, Scoob, what's the plan?
I can't remember what game that was from, but it's probably gonna be, it's gonna suck. It's probably from one of those Japanese games where they get English voice actors and they think, yes, this is fantastic voice acting right here. What? No, it's terrible. Please, let me record something else. No. This is brilliant voice acting. Award-winning stuff. Yes, I agree, Yuri Okunowa. Yes, a fantastic British voice actor right there. Like I say, I don't know what game this is from, but based off the voice acting alone, it sucks.
Well... You can't judge a book by its cover.
Well, maybe not. But then again, if it's going to be a game...
That was me, Krishna.
If it's going to be a game where you've got, darn, it can't be. I am acting. You can't be having that in a game.
No, it would only be realistic, Jake.
Oh, yeah, you say that, but if there's one thing I'm going to criticize about you, Hyper, is the fact that you did not say the classic line anytime I say, I am acting. You didn't say the follow-up line.
Can you please stop?
Usually it's, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, ding, 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 ding,
ding.
Oh,
there it is, ladies and gentlemen. No, yeah, that changes,
That changes weekly, doesn't it?
It's time to stop. Man, I don't want to have to bring my 10 years of Kung Fu.
I have made a creature to rule over mankind.
Over mankind.
Over mankind.
Well, at least it'll be a good ruler. It'll be able to measure in centimeters and inches.
I think he's having a bit of a metamorphosis moment, just turning into Kermit the Frog. For those who don't know, that was from House of the Dead 2, so yeah, you can expect some pooey voice acting from that game.
My house is dead!
And as you can imagine...
It was murdered in cold blood by my wife!
As you can imagine, that was going to be given to an important role, a very important role in the game, that bit of voice acting. The big bad guy, Goldman, and...
Well, there's your clue. No one gets called Goldman unless they're a bad guy, unless they're called Silverman. Then there's going to be someone worse.
I found a civilian carrying a gun. Commander Clancy is waiting for you. Please go to his room right away.
Thank you very much, good sir. Thank you.
That was very Australian.
You think it was very Australian. Personally, I think it was very Shatner-esque. The acting of...
Yeah, okay, that explains that.
William Shatner. Not the same actor, but too many pauses. And pitch inflections. He is acting. I mean acting.
You can do it once.
Oh, come on. You can't say I can't say it twice on my own friggin' show, Hyper.
It's do it once. That is it. Like, honestly, dude, you do it too often, then you'll think you can do it all the time.
Damn. Give them an inch and they'll say it all the time for 2 hours. In any case, the Shatner-esque voice acting here, I don't think it's giving Deep Fear any favors here.
Hear my prayers!
What? You want to run that one by me again?
That was really something, wasn't it?
That was very passionate.
If memory serves correctly, I believe that was from Vampire Nights. That rail shooter to do with some campy vampires going around a town and shooting monsters in the face with guns. Which, not a bad game, nothing particularly memorable, but the voice acting was pretty naff. And yeah,
it was pretty meh.
You get passionate outbursts like that, like, hear my prayers!
And also my order! A number 9, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip.
And my prayers, CJ!
But they're less important. I really care about the order.
Less important indeed. Well, we've got Gendo now calling himself Hulk Hogan. Not only is he yelling, Chickamania is running wild on the airwaves, brother. He's also yelling, scream your prayers and take your vitamins, brother. I think this is the kind of thing you would expect from maybe like one of those religious sort of games, Hyper.
Hear my prayers, God!
Yeah, something like that. Just or maybe like a Dragon Ball Z sort of style game. Like I say, it's kind of thing I would expect from maybe Dragon Ball Z. Like Goku has just gone to the church now, Church of England. Turns out that the Church of England or the Pope has a really big anime fan. He's a right weeaboo. Was it Pope Francis the Seventh? Something like that. And the Pope's like, yeah, I love anime. I'm going to be making a Dragon Ball Z spin-off. Goku's proud member of the church. All right then, people, give me your prayers. Hear my prayers.
No, you're not doing that.
Oh man, you wouldn't want to see Goku as a parishioner go around throwing spirit bombs at Frieza, throwing at Frieza, who's dressed up as Satan or something like that. Satan in a suit.
I don't want to see that. That scares me. The idea that exists somewhere in some medium.
Funimation, it's gotta be done. It's got to be done. Last thing I'm going to say, honestly, it sounds like someone just got trapped in the toilet and they thought, oh, just slip in a microphone into the toilets. Steve, just record the line. Oh, fine, but I really gotta go. Hear my prayers.
Okay, you recorded it. Bye-bye.
Okay, quickly, Steve, quickly. Okay, now I gotta do the other thing. Brown strike. Bad voice acting in video games. Well, I guess that's it in the bag. The 9th bad voice acting in video games snippet we've done. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Yeah, this game right here, open world, stealthing around, sneaking past the Soviet bad guys, calling in reinforcements, or just attaching balloons to things so you can take it to your base, then shooting the balloon and dropping a truck on someone's head, doing all sorts of nutty stuff like that. That's what the game's all about. And also there's some convoluted storyline about Snake, big boss, farting around and shooting some people. I don't know, who cares about that? In any case, a lot of people love it because of its open world sort of dealies. Now, something that I noticed about the game, which I thought was rather funny, is that you can construct and upgrade little tidbits of equipment that can be taken into battle. And if you've got a really good team who can make all sorts of gadgets, things like that, you can create items to distract enemy sentries with.
Yes, you can.
For example, like little cuddly toys of doggies, or inflatable versions of Snake, and they'll rush up.
Inflatable big boss, it's great. I love using those. It is the dumbest distraction you could possibly think of, but it works.
It just works. I think one of my favorites has to be like the cardboard cutouts of the pretty ladies.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah. Oh, well, one of my favorite things was you get your cardboard box and you can put an anime girl on it, and instead of investigating the box, they just stare at the box.
Just like, ooh, hey. I find it quite funny how surprisingly effective it is, just getting cardboard cutouts of bikini babes or drawings of, hot babes on a cardboard box that Snake is blatantly sliding around in or hiding in. And it's just so surprisingly effective against and distracting the Soviet enemies. Technically, this game is supposed to be set during, like, what, the 1980s?
Oh, 1980, 1990, I can't remember.
I think it's like 80s. It's, if anything, I saw this and I thought, my god, has the Metal Gear series kind of, like, implied that this whole subculture with, anime weebs and the like, and also people ogling cardboard cutouts in their bedrooms instead of going out socializing. Do you think that perhaps Kojima was trying to say something like, it started here in Afghanistan with the Soviets, and then the infection spread?
The Soviets caused it, did they?
Well, not just the Soviets, it was Snake and his meddling, delightfully devilish little underhanded tricks here, inadvertently causing people to start getting, cutesy pictures or cardboard cutout things like that and start romancing them instead of actual 3D girls.
But they're boring.
I suppose. Well, then again, we both have women in our lives, Hyper. We both have 3D girlfriends, but ask yourself, is it really worth it?
In reality, you can't compare the pair.
I don't know, Hyper, I don't know.
It's unfair for the 3Ds.
I don't know, I got a wonderful 3D girlfriend myself, and I love her to bits, but I don't know, I'm starting to see the appeal of maybe a 2D girlfriend, but I still...
Exactly.
I can just imagine, like, Snake going around an enemy base, and he's, like, pulling around the little cardboard cutouts of the, the bikini babes, or maybe anime posted things like that to distract the Soviet enemies. And strolling around thinking, yeah, okay. Oh, of course, he doesn't have David Hayes' voice. He's got Kiefer Sutherland's. Okay, well, let's go down here and let's sneak around this base and maybe.
We all sound the same.
Thinking that
kind of thing.
Yeah, basically. I can imagine placing those around like a bunch of guards, and they're all distracted, thinking, all right, well, I'm gonna go and pick up the diamonds from around here. All right, I have picked up the diamonds. I shall go and collect my equipment now. Hey, what the hell? Wait a minute. Walk back, discover they're just sitting around in the mess hall, and they're just like spoon-feeding their little cardboard cutouts of the, the bikini babes and maybe the anime pictures like, oh, you are a cute little lady. Have chili. Oh,
have chili, you look cold.
Oh, you serve. I love how cute your waifu is, but I don't know. I like my waifu better. Yes, I see you are a man of good taste. We do not bother with 3D women here. Yes, it's a terrible thing to do. It's violation of Soviet rule. But brilliant, yeah. I wonder who left this off. Yeah, fantastic gifts. Hey, is that the intruder right there? Oh, hi.
No, you're wrong.
I want my stuff back. No, they're not waifus. They were not gifts. They will just distract you for at least 10 seconds so I can steal your diamonds. Fair exchange.
That sounds accurate.
Fair exchange. Well, you can take diamonds. Just don't take waifu. Do not take cardboard cutout of bikini babe. You can go now.
Too important.
But what about the inflatable? The inflatable Snake. It just looks like the average run-of-the-mill little depiction of Snake, just standing there, not doing anything. But
yeah, it's just a fake snake.
Fake snake. What if you put one of those there? It's like, oh my god, enemy sentry right there. All right, hands in the air, pal. Why aren't you moving?
You want not bikini babe on cardboard box?
This disappoints me. What if you drop one of those? You rush back and say, all right then, I've just grabbed the sentry.
I'm gonna rush back again. Man, this is pretty cool kind of Metal Gear game I'm playing. You run back and then you discover that someone's just taken the inflatable snake and is just like put it in a little hat and feeding that chili, saying, "Oh, you are a cute snake. Have a little kissy kissy." Mwah, mwah.
You're scaring people now. You're scaring me.
We're scaring Snake as well, aren't we? He's going to be walking around thinking, "Oh God, what have I done? Cars, I can't believe it. I am influencing the Soviets with waifu culture, just with our cardboard cutouts and inflatable versions of me. Now they keep kissing them and calling them their waifus. Well, boss, that's pretty dumb. Well, let's see how it turns out. I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna become a thing." 1 week later, I can imagine all the Soviet sentries are walking around with cardboard cutouts of the babes in their hands thinking, "Yeah, well, I didn't see this coming, Snake, but it could always be worse. It's not necessarily a bad thing, if incredibly weird."
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
Silly. You're a silly duck. You can't say that.
And then, like, 10 or 20 years later, and here we are, people in real life kind of ogling 2D pictures of beach babes or anime waifus and getting cardboard cutouts, things like that, and ogling those. And yes, getting pillow version. Thank you, Krishna Rika, for the clarification there. You know, that's part of the upgrade system of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. From cardboard cutout to pillow version of their waifu. You know, that's like top upgrade unlock. You need to put a lot of money into investing into the research for that one, for Mother Base to kind of create that and turn that into a bit of gear.
But it's a good pillow.
Yeah, but I think that must have been leaked into you know, real life, and then the general public heard about this, all the anime fans, and that's how anime fans, you know, the hardcore ones, seem to have anime pictures. It was all because of Snake trying to monopolize on this. He was monopolizing on this. He saw it was effective.
Does art imitate life, or does life imitate art?
One of the greatest questions that we need to answer right here on the Cyberden. So basically, I'm calling it right here. Metal Gear Solid 5, right? With all these distraction little cardboard cutouts in this stealth action game of pictures of, you know, the bikini babes or the anime waifu little pictures, Snake decided to upgrade the R&D in his base, basically, you know, the tech nerds, get them to create pillow versions of these waifus, sell them in the markets in Japan, which eventually gets like all sorts
It
of...
seems like a very convoluted plan. Very, very technical for not much payoff.
He thought about this all along. I mean, this is Kojima we're talking about. This is Hideo Kojima and his crazy writing all about, you know, Illuminati and the Patriots and everything being plotted from the start. Well...
You have to love Father Kojima's thinking, though. Don't know how he does it. Every day.
And therefore, Snake influenced the world, you know, well, at least the West, with this. And it all started, like I say, it all started in Afghanistan with the Soviet invasion, and it all started with Snake just using these as distractions to distract enemy sentries. We have found out the truth, people. Any chappies like this chap called Lord Daedrith who says, no, that's not the true history. Well, too bad. We've got it right here, and since it stars in a video game, therefore it must be the truth. We all know video games don't technically lie. So, Infowars.com. I think we cracked this one, Hyper. It looks like...
We did it.
I bet the Illuminati is going to be stepping in, thinking that you know, they don't want this important, sensitive piece of information to start getting leaked out. But I'm sorry, but it's been broadcasted here on the Cyberden. We have beaten you to it. You can't silence the Cyberden and the truth. So that was all about Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain and its interesting little ways of distracting the bad guy Soviet dudes. In the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, the open-world role-playing game, you escape from prison, right? And the Emperor and his bodyguards, Emperor Uriel Septim, he says, I've been having some dreams. I'm going to die. You were a part of them too, you, the player. And can you believe it that there was a lot more dialogue for this little sequence where you're supposed to say, you know, here's an amulet, take it, find my son. He can stop this madness. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion. I'm dead. End.
Help me find my son.
Simple as. So, Emperor dies. You've been given the Amulet of Kings, which you need to stop these nasty religious assassins from summoning a dark demon. You need to find the Emperor's lost heir. But...
you need to find the Emperor's groove.
Oh, you've thrown off my groove. I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove. Grabs the player.
Sorry.
And there you go. Bye-bye, Felicia.
You were saying, what's his name? No, that doesn't happen. Okay, I want that as a mod now. I want the Emperor Uriel Septim's new groove mod for the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Oblivion as a musical.
That's a mod I would actually enjoy.
Septim.
Hey, Goose, go. You gotta go save Oblivion. I'll help you with my spinach puffs.
Hey, I heard that you were the chosen one, and I thought I'd give you some spinach puffs for the long way home.
The little monologue that was tightened up in the game, originally it was going to be a lot longer, like saying, you must do this and that. This stuff will change the course of the future. You must go now. You must choose your own fate. This is going to be really long and dangerous. And then you get a few dialogue choices saying, you know, goodbye, my friend, or, all right, so I guess this is the end, you know, depending on this and that. But it cut it down, because can you just imagine if this critical scene where the Emperor is just, like, killed right in front of you, just abruptly, the only person who actually trusts you and breaks you out of prison with his little group of bodyguards. Can you imagine if this little monologue of his went just far too long?
I don't want to imagine it. I'd like to think it was long enough.
Yeah, it was in the game long enough, but there was plenty of dialogue. But just imagine if he was just reciting for like days upon days and then saying, you must go, stop evil, only you can do it, you're really good, I'm going to give you a motivational back rub. Be sure to kill the bad guys, use your fists.
Didn't mention a
use your
motivational
blade.
back rub, I'm down for that.
Use a mace, use words, use all of this, use all of that. You can also... Oh, for God's sake, Emperor, shut up! Just die! Let me leave the prison! Okay, I'm sorry. You must find my son. Find my son. Now, I believe he might look like me, and he's about this tall. He probably... Oh, for God's sake. Just die! Emperor, die, please! Okay, I'm rambling, okay.
Is it kind of like a Finding Nemo thing? It's like, I have to find my son! I have to tell him how old sea turtles are!
Imagine if it was far too long, because people would just be mashing the A button, skipping all the way through it. They wouldn't be bothering listening to what they need to do. It's like, take the Oblivion.
Wait. If you were reading this, you would know. I have $1 million hidden in the...
Emperor, please, what am I supposed to do? Oh, well, I'm not going to repeat myself, because you skipped through all my dialogue, so... Bleh. Oh, darn.
I'm not paying it.
You must find my... Okay, so I'm gonna find his what? Blur? What is his blur?
Hit it in the...
What if like one of the assassins walks up to the very gullible player like, I don't know what to do, I skipped through that long, boring monologue, and now I'm stuck in the game, and the assassin goes up and says, I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to give that Amulet of Kings, that silly old thing that you can't even equip yourself, you know. The Emperor says it's important, but he's lying, he's exaggerating. Just give it to me. You can trust me, an assassin. I mean, friend. Well, maybe this will give me good karma points. Okay, here you go, sir. Wow, I can't believe that worked.
I know. I understand that reference.
Imagine walking up and saying, oh, hello there. What do you want? I'm here to find the Emperor's son. Really? Well, I didn't believe you. You couldn't be with the Emperor. Prove it. I have the amulet. Oh, wait. Where's the Emperor's amulet?
I'm here to find the Emperor's groove.
I'm here to find the Emperor's groove. Well, I suppose that's more important than some silly old amulet. All right then. Well, we've got to find the Emperor's groove back.
It's a glorified necklace, mate.
No one cares about that. The Emperor's just been turned into a llama. Come on, we've got to find the evil person who did this and find an antidote. You know, I think, forget Oblivion, forget the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. They should have turned it into a mod or just a game itself for the Emperor's New Groove. They could have done that, but no. Hyper.
For an Emperor's New Groove game?
Well, I think it could have been turned into an RPG, or at least in the vein of that, but Hyper, I redact what I say about the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It is no longer my favourite game because you're doing something about finding an amulet or finding the Emperor's lost son to stop a demon coming through. That's boring. No one cares about that. We got to find the Emperor's groove. We got to get his groove back. You know, the one thing that keeps him alive and well these days. And then turn it into a musical. That was all about the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion and the cut down final monologue. And thank God it was cut down, because otherwise the player would be here all day just picking their nose like, yeah, I really don't care, mate. Just die and let me do the quests already. Strange game of the week for this week, WWF Unforgiven. This is a Game Boy Color game made by WayForward Entertainment. That might sound a little bit familiar for some fans of the Shantae series.
Okay.
Yeah. WayForward Entertainment are the creators of the Shantae series. That's probably their most valued franchise, but they're also known for creating various movie and WWF tie-in games for mostly Nintendo consoles, portable Nintendo consoles, and I think sometimes on the PC here and there, sometimes, But, like I say, primarily Nintendo consoles, portable ones. Anyway, WWF Unforgiven. Why is it so weird? Why is it worthy of the title of Strange Game of the Week? You can play as either 4 wrestlers. You can play as Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, or Triple H. It starts off with a bit of a cutscene, so you've got whoever you're playing as beating up some other wrestler, like saying, "Oh my god, King, it looks like..." Player has other character on the ropes here. That's right, JR! We might see a new champion! And then, all of a sudden though, you are back attacked in the ring during a title shot for the World Heavyweight Championship belt, and congrats, you just lost your chance at the belt. And naturally, you were like, who did that?
You are bad at the game.
You suck. You suck at the game, and you couldn't even get past that one cutscene. You couldn't even complete that without making a complete monkey of it. For shame. Game over. No, of course not. No, that doesn't happen. No. What actually happens is, naturally, you chase the perpetrator, and then you stumble across the WWF overlord, Vince McMahon. You come across the boss, and he's standing... Well, he's not even standing there. He's like... I swear, these characters have some of the weirdest kind of standing still animations, because Vince seems to go breathing very quickly, like up, down, then for some reason, he like swings his hands in the air, then quickly snaps back to... arms in the air, arms in the air, arms in... I think, what a weird animation this guy's got. It's like he's trying to do the YMCA, but no one's joining in. Like... It's fun to stay at the Y. It's fun to stay at the Y. It's fun to stay at the Y. Is anyone gonna join me? No? Alright. I'll just keep doing it.
Do A.
I'll keep doing it until someone does the M for me. So anyway, you're talking to Vince McMahon's trying to do the YMCA but failing badly, just doing Y all the time. And he's saying, "Oh my god, someone just took my daughter, Stephanie McMahon. If you get her back, I'll give you a title shot." And then the person you're playing as goes, okay, let's do it. So starts the game. It's a side-scroller beat-em-up. A bit like Streets of Rage. You've got to go from one side of the ring to the ring, one side of the stage to the other, while punching anyone in your way, right in the mush. So,
or alternatively,
the steel chair! The steel chair, back out! Well, actually, you can grab items like, steel chairs, pipes, clubs, things like that. You can club people in the face with those. It's really simplistic. You can either do a punch, you can either do a kick, or if you're close enough, do a special move if you've hit someone 5 times in a row without getting damaged. And that's it. You've got 4 modes of attack there. Punch, kick, special attack, or use a weapon. So you've got to fight security guards armed with tasers. They wield suitcases, these security guards. They lift them up and they fire it like a machine gun.
Oh, that's not nearly as interesting. I was hoping it was going to be like a suitcase that shot machine guns.
That would be even cooler, but no, it just fires machine gun bullets on... Hey, you remember that match, Hyper? All the way in, 1999, when The Undertaker...
There were less regulations around then, Jake. It was the Wild West.
It was a health and safety sort of thing, back in 1999 when The Undertaker finally managed to beat Hulk Hogan by using a machine gun. It was no disqualification, so it was absolutely fine.
It was a steel cage match.
That too, yeah. I remember that fantastic match when, Hulk Hogan looked like he was going to do the atomic leg drop, but then The Undertaker just pulled out an assault rifle like, "God almighty, he is just shooting down Hulk Hogan right now!" Oh my god, now people, you're probably thinking, is this legal? Not only in the wrestling sense, but also in the literal country sense. Well, it's no disqualification, so yes, it is legal. 1, 2, and Hulk Hogan kicks out at 2.
Ooh, kicks out at 2. Oh, we did not see that coming.
No, seriously, how the heck is he still alive, folks? I don't know, JR. Okay then, so that was the strange game of the week, WWF Unforgiving. Quite possibly the weirdest wrestling game
ever made.
What?
I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist! Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio? I have done all I told you. Ho! What?
Yeah.
Bad voice acting in video games for this week is from Resident Evil. Yeah, this is technically the 14th time we've covered.
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Stay alert.
Stay alert! The guy at the start was Barry Burton. And I just love his sense of camaraderie going, I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know. Hooray, let's all go together.
We can't do it without Chris.
Good old Chris. Let us all march together as a circle of friends. Woo! He seems just a bit forced when it comes to these things, to say, Chris is our old partner, our old chum, the third musketeer, our old good buddy, old pally, old chum, the doobly-doo-dah.
You don't remember his name, do you?
No. It's Chris, Barry. We've been working with him for 2 years. Oh, yeah. Let's go and help out, Steve, or whatever you said. Chris! Yeah, close enough.
It's Bob.
As for the commanding officer, Albert Whisker, right afterwards, there's a bit of an awkward pause when it's like, let's go help out Chris, basically. And it just goes, stay alert!
Thank you for the tip. Yes, I will.
Cheers for the contribution there, Whisker. I'll be sure to stay alert, especially for abrupt bits of ad-libbing right there. Stay alert!
That's the equivalent of, don't die.
Don't die, John.
People die when they are killed.
Stay alert!
Nope, we got that, Steve. Hasn't changed.
You don't have to tell us. You don't have to tell us that all the time. When I become a parent, if I become a parent, anytime I shoo off my kids to school saying, all right then, little Jake, and all right, little Jane, you go off to school, and remember, no mischief. Stay alert!
And always, stay alert.
Dad's still telling us that. All right. Barry Burton is indeed the best in this game, but let's check out more of the samples. Surely it's not all coming from Barry Burton, these bad voice acting snippets. Well, let's check it out.
What the hell is this?
Barry!
Jill!
Okay, I lie. No, a lot of them are from Barry.
It's all Jill.
That was from when Barry encounters a gigantic zombie plant and it grabs Jill.
Not Jill.
And if you can't kill the plant, then the plant grabs you, and Barry just kind of nonchalantly walks in with a flamethrower in his hands, like, Jill, what the hell is this? And burns it. It sounds like he's just walked in and spotted Jill playing cards or playing Go Fish with a random stranger that he's never seen before, and like, what the hell? What's going on here?
Is this cheating?
No, Gary, this is ping pong.
Jill! Is this your boyfriend? No, Barry, I'm just playing Go Fish. Oh, well, that was quite disturbing. Walks out, walks back in. Jill, is this your boyfriend? No, Barry, it's a gigantic zombie plant. That is kind of
Jill,
weird.
Tell me the truth.
No, there's no need to lie to me, Jill. Everyone knows the zombie plant is your boyfriend. No, Barry, could you just kill this thing already? Oh, again with the denial. Do we have to do this, Jill? Women.
Jill, do we have to do this every time?
Jill, women. Am I right?
I am a woman!
That's what I imagine women sound like.
Barry just kind of stumbles in like, what the hell's going on here? The walls have been painted red. Dogs are pooing everywhere. Someone's been drinking all the drinks. Oh, and there's a gigantic plant trying to kill my friend. But no one cares about that. Why is the wall blue? Barry, priorities, mate. Oh my god, it's a zombie plant. Oh no, I'll save Jill. But no, he didn't really put a lot of effort into that one, does he?
What's in it for him? It's just a zombie apocalypse.
Good point. He's just like walking around going, oh, not another one. Pfft. Zombie plant, just a minor inconvenience to me. Pfft. Yeah, it's dead.
Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella. Ha!
Oh, I love that.
Your man's is dead.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Lee Jackson's writing in and he's like, what the hell was that? Well, Lee, that was, and I use this term very loosely once again, that was voice acting. Ugh, sorry, I think I kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit when I tried to describe that as acting. Passionate.
Jake's very particular.
I wouldn't really call it passionate acting, that's for sure. I mean, I get that someone did die, but...
He gave his best. He did his best, and that's all we want.
Even Enrico there, just sounding like this, he sounded a bit robotic, a bit like a deeper version of Kermit the Frog, maybe Kermit Sr.
The Frog here.
It's like Enrico kind of just stumbled in and knocked over, I don't know, a priceless ice sculpture of a swan, and Enrico leans on it, knocks it down, and Jill's like, Enrico, you've ruined the party! But no, Jill, someone died in front of you, they just got and You really think that's squealing like someone's just, Yeah, Christian Enrico points out that gasp, that over-exaggerated, I've been shot gasp.
It doesn't work. Will you wait here?
Thanks. I'll be waiting here for you.
This is when Jill stumbles over into an underground cell within a secret lab, and there's a cell room. Chris is trapped inside the cell, and Jill asks, will you wait here? Jill, I don't think he has much of a choice.
No, he can just leave without us.
Thanks, I'll wait here then. Are you gonna wait here, Chris? Well, Jill, I'm trapped in a room. I can't really do anything.
What do you think my answer's gonna be, Jill?
Jill, mate, what do you think I'm gonna do? Do you really think I'm just gonna headbutt my way through the wall and escape? Not to mention Jill's attempt of trying to open the door. Hey, it's Chris. Oh, darn, it won't open, Chris.
Just hit it with a stick, it'll open.
Jill, no, you've got to turn the doorknob. Stop it. You're embarrassing yourself.
Talk, John.
It's Chris, you idiot. Just turn the doorknob. It's unlocked from that side.
No, you, John.
I can just imagine, Jill just staring with, a deadpan face, just headbutting the wall like a woodpecker, It won't open, Chris. I'll wait here, then. I'll wait for someone sane to rescue me, maybe. I hope.